Hello everyone. Thanks to all my viewers as now my channel Legendary Science has got more than 100k views. So keep watching for more upcoming videos, and this video is a part 2 video from the chapter Matter in Our Surrounding class 9. So in this video, we will be talking about the characteristics as well as the properties of the three states of matter: solid, liquid and gases. First, we will talk about the characteristics of the solid, liquid and gases. The first character we will talk about is the interparticle space. That means the space which is present between the particles in case of solid, liquids and gases. As we already know that in solids the particles, they are closely and very tightly packed, so that means it has the minimum interparticle space, and in gases the interparticle space, it is maximum. So the solids minimum interparticle space, gases they have maximum interparticle space, and liquids the space between the particle is more than the solids but it is less than the gases. The second characteristic we will talk about is the kinetic energy. Solids, it has the minimum kinetic energy. That means the particles, they possess the minimum kinetic energy. They only vibrate at their own position and they do not leave their position while moving or while vibrating. So it has minimum kinetic energy, whereas the gases, it has the maximum kinetic energy. That means particles of the gases, they move at a very high speed. And about the liquids, it's again moderate. That means in between the solids and the gases, it is more than the kinetic energy of the liquid particles. It is more than the solids but it is less than the gases. The third character is the forces of attraction between the particles. The forces of attraction, it is strongest in solids. That means the solid particles, it has maximum forces of attraction because they are very closely and tightly packed, whereas in gases, it is the forces of attraction, it is minimum because they are quite far away from each other and they are not so tightly packed. But about the liquids, it is less, the forces of attraction between the liquid particle, it is less than the solids but it is more than the gases. So these are the three characteristics. Based upon, we will now study about the properties of the solid, liquid and gases. The first property is the shape and volume. We know that the solids, they have a definite shape and volume. That means it will retain its shape and volume whenever you will put it in different shapes, in different containers having different shapes. So the volume and the shape of that solid will not change. It will remain same irrespective of the shape of the container or volume of the container. So it has a definite shape and volume because the particles, they are so closely and tightly packed with a very strong forces of attraction, so they do not lose their shape, and the volume will also remain fixed. Whereas if we talk about the liquids, it has a definite volume. That means the volume is fixed but it does not have the definite shape, because we know that whenever we take a liquid in different shapes of containers, the liquid will take the shape of that container. So that means the shape is not fixed but the volume will remain same, because in this case we know that the particles, they are not so tightly packed as compared to solids, but still there is some forces of attraction between the liquid particles which will not allow the liquid particles to change its volume, but definitely it is not so strong that it cannot change the shape. So it is changing the shape but the volume will remain fixed. Whereas if we talk about the gases, it does not have any fixed shape, it does not have any fixed volume. If you take a small amount of a gas and put it in a 2 liter and 4 liter container, then it will occupy the whole container. So that means the gases, the shape as well as volume, both are not fixed, whereas the solid, the both shape and volume, they are fixed. In liquid, it has a definite volume but it does not have a definite shape. Now about density. Solid, because the particles, they are so tightly packed, forces of attraction is very very strong, so they have high density. Then liquids, it has low density, and the gases, they have very low density in comparison to solid and liquid, because the forces of attraction is very very less, and it has a large interparticle space. Then we talk about the melting point and boiling point. In all the three, the highest melting and boiling point, or the maximum, will be for the solids, and then for the liquids and the gases, they have very low melting or boiling point. When we talk about compressibility, and if we take this activity, that if we put the solid material, some solid material into a syringe and block it from the front by putting the needle into an eraser, and then apply some pressure from behind, then we can say that we cannot compress it. So we can say that solids, they cannot be compressed. If we will take any liquid like water into that syringe, block it from the front, and then apply some pressure from behind and try to compress it, then we will observe that we can compress it a very little. Whereas if we take any gas, any air, like air, into the syringe, and then again block it from the front, and then apply some pressure to compress that, then the gases can be compressed to a large extent. So we can say that gases, they are highly compressible, whereas the liquids, they are compressed to a little extent, whereas solids, they cannot be compressed, because on compressing, we know that the interparticle space reduces. In gases, since it has a large interparticle space, so it can be compressed to a large extent. In solid, the interparticle space is very very less, near about negligible. So that means, that is why it is not compressible, because there is no space which can be reduced now. So we know that the solids, they cannot be compressed, and the gases, they can be compressed to a large extent. And we have examples of the compressed natural gas, that is CNG, and the LPG, it is also the liquefied petroleum gas, where it is compressed to a large extent and filled into the cylinder. Then we will talk about the fluidity and rigidity. What are fluids? Fluids are the materials which can flow. So out of these three, we know that the liquids and the gases, they have tendency to flow, so they are fluids, whereas the materials which cannot flow, they are called rigids. So out of these three, we know that solids, they come under the category of rigids. So the solids, they are rigids, that means they are not fluid, and because they do not leave their vibe while moving, while vibrating at their own position, they do not leave their position, so that is why they cannot flow. Whereas the liquids, they possess some kinetic energy more than as compared to the solid, so that is why they can flow. Whereas the gases, they have a very very high kinetic energy, so they can move with a very very fast speed, and that is why they can flow much more as compared to solids, and also as compared to liquids. So this is all about the solid, liquid and gases, about the difference in their characteristics of the particles, and the properties of the liquids and solid, liquids and gases. So thank you for watching.